Good morning. This video is an introduction to the Bibbulmun Track and my plans to walk it. The Bibbulmun Trail is in Australia. The Bibbulmun Track is the second longest dedicated hiking track in Australia. It's just over 1,000 kilometres long and goes from Kalamunda on the outskirts of Perth to the historic town of Albany on the south coast. It passes through the heart of the scenic southwestern Australia, which is one of the world's diversity hotspots. The track links 9 towns and passes through 22 national parks and reserves. The track is for walkers only, and through hikers are called end-to-enders. It takes between 5 to 8 weeks to complete, with around 100 people each year becoming end-to-enders. The track is named after the Bibbulmun Noongar people, please excuse my pronunciation. They are an Aboriginal group who journeyed on foot over long distances to celebrate their land. The distinctive trail markers depict the waggle, the symbol of the rainbow serpent, which is important to the Aboriginal people and is seen as the creator of the universe and its people. To the Bibbulmun people, the waggle means spirit or breath. The markers depict a black serpent on a fluorescent yellow background, and hikers should follow the direction of the serpent's head. The Bibbulmun Trail was first proposed in 1972 by Jeff Schaefer. After a lot of effort from a lot of people, it was officially opened in 1979. At that time, it was 900 kilometres going from Kalamunda to Northcliffe. In 1988, the track was extended to Walpole and the distinctive waggle symbol was adopted as the trail marker. In 1993, the trail underwent a major overhaul, moving from forestry roads to single track. The shelters were constructed and the track extended to Albany to the current 1,000 kilometre length. The track was officially reopened in September 1998. The track is well marked and is largely on single track, though there are sections which are on fire roads. The northern half of the track passes through Jarrah, Murray and Wundu forests, which are only found in Western Australia. The southern half features ancient Kari and Tingle forests and coastal walking. There are 49 campsites along the trail, each of which include a 3-sided sleeping shelter, toilet, water tank and campsites. The distances between the campsites range from 10 kilometres to 25 kilometres. The trail passes through 9 towns and there are another 3 towns within a few kilometres of the track. The track is open all year, but it's not recommended during summer from mid-November to April as it's too hot. Winter is cooler and wet. Autumn and spring are the best times, and spring also has the advantage of the wildflower season. Why did I choose the Bibbulmun Track? I wanted to go overseas for a through hike, but I did not want to go too far with the whole COVID thing. If my mum got COVID, I wanted to be able to return quickly, so I didn't want to go too far, and that is why I chose Australia. I've chosen to walk in spring, starting on the 1st of September to take advantage of the wildflower season to see as much flora and fauna as I can. It's also the perfect time for weather, with the temperatures not too hot and less rainfall than winter. It also works out nicely to complete this walk and have time to do the Hasten Trail before the Hasten Trail is closed for the fire season. There are several reasons I chose the Bibbulmun Track. The main one is it's a relatively easy track to get my trail legs on. I'm extremely unfit at the moment, so an easier track will ease me into walking again. The track is well marked, well maintained and has a relatively gentle elevation. It's hard getting exact elevation statistics, but it's around 18,500 metres of elevation gain. In comparison, the Hasten Trail is 26,608 metres, Te Araroa 77,200 metres and the PCT 128,284 metres. To equalise these, I've worked it out as average metres of elevation gained per kilometre. Bibbulmun is 18.4, Hasten 24.2, Te Araroa 25.7 and the Pacific Crest Trail is 30.3 metres of elevation gained per kilometre. The second reason I chose Bibbulmun is the uniqueness of the flora and fauna. Much of the flora of this track is only found in Western Australia. I'll also be on the lookout for some interesting mammals, snakes, spiders, lizards, geckos and birds. Western Australia is home to 141 of Australia's 207 mammal species, and 25 are unique to Western Australia. There are more than 400 reptile species, with 40% unique to Western Australia. Lots of fish, lots of invertebrate, and one of the most diverse flora with 210 vascular plant families and 50 to 80% of the species being unique to Western Australia. Looking at the snakes, these are the poisonous snakes in Western Australia. The third reason I chose the Bibbulmun is an easy track for logistics. The trail passes through 9 trail towns, all of which have small general stores and some of them have supermarkets. The longest section is the first section, so I'm able to have a well-planned food supply. The remainder of resupplies will be varied depending on what I find in the town stores. My longest section I'm estimating will take me 8 days, and the remaining sections will be 5 or 6 days each. The things I'm not looking forward to on this trail are the restrictions of only camping at the designated campsites. Because of the traffic on the track, freedom camping is not allowed, and this will remove the flexibility I'm used to, and it will mean I'll either have easier or harder days than I would naturally be taking. However, all of the campsites are free, so the only accommodation costs will be in towns, and I'm only planning on stopping at 4 or 5 towns. Also, depending on how crowded the shelters are, I won't have to use my tent very often. Because I'll be walking the trail during the busy time, I'm aware it may be crowded at campsites, which I'm not looking forward to. I'm also aware that there are long sections of backcountry or fire roads, which once again isn't going to be fun. And the final thing I'm not looking forward to is the flies and midges, which look really annoying from watching other people's videos. I am approaching this trail well aware it's nothing like my other trails. I'm expecting it to be easier than the other trails I've done, but I will challenge myself by pushing the distance earlier than usual instead of my gentle warm-up that I've done on my other hikes. This is both as a challenge to myself and to make sure I finish in time to get the Hasten Trail before it closes. For the Bibbulmun Trail, my main focus is going to be on the fauna and flora, and I'm fully expecting to have a great time. I hope you will enjoy joining me on this adventure.